Tonight is the very first time that we are doing this presentation. The very first Barry Corbin Western Film Award. And this year, that film is The Oldest Posse. Directed by Brett Wood and also Brett.
The gang has been hard at work making Sewer Rabbit 7. But throughout the month of October, they took some time to relax and celebrate their film, The Oldest Posse, as it ran the festival circuit. Sewer Rabbit won't be seeing any festivals since it went straight to streaming services. But Not So Sane Entertainment thought it was important for you to see what film festivals are really like.
And if you see me between the hours of 9 to 5, I'm a dead man walking, barely alive.
We've been to international film festivals. Bass Reeves was in the Louisville International Film Festival. What people need to understand is that a lot of those bigger film festivals, you're going to get in because of your distributor. Bass Reeves, we got distribution on, and they were the ones that helped us get into that. Some screenings, the theater is going to be full. Sometimes you're going to get 3 or 4 people. The venues are going to be different. Sometimes it's in a classroom on a college. Sometimes it's in a standard, regular, normal theater that you go see regular movies in. And then you have the different tiers of film festivals. You have the big ones like the Tribeca and the Cannes and the Sundances and things like that, and don't even bother trying to get into those. But I enjoy the smaller festivals, the ones that are a little more specialized, and that's what we went after for this. Now, the reason that I did go to film festivals with Oldest Posse was we've always tried to screen our films in theaters, but nowadays it's just getting so expensive to rent the theater, and places like Alamo Drafthouse just aren't as filmmaker friendly as they used to be. So it's just not worth it paying $3,000 or $4,000 for one screening anymore. But I did want to be able to have a screening in somewhere for the cast and crew, but also I particularly wanted to have one in Arizona so my parents could go see it, since my dad had a cameo in Oldest Posse. So I really wanted to have a screening for them, someplace they could go and see the movie on the big screen.
Ooh, that boy's ripe. Yep. Get that wounded dead.
First, it was off the Bass and Bell Wild West Film Festival in Muskogee, Oklahoma for the world premiere of The Oldest Posse.
The first day I got in was Thursday, along with Craig and Jake. And we met immediately Butterfly and Oscar, and they're the ones that basically run the festival. And they made us feel at home.
I've been dressed up for 2 days. Oh yeah, wine.
They instantly made us feel like friends.
How do you handle all of this? Don't you whip them into line?
Oh, it's this man, his job is so hard. Did he get to come here? Really? I gotta keep doing this? It's your problem now.
Oh.
It was just a great atmosphere, in general, and especially Butterfly and Oscar and their respective history, and not only just bringing in the films, but the history, the local history, including Bass Reeves and Belle Starr, into the festival.
John, I can't see your face. You hiding back there. What you giving me?
Finally getting there, seeing your stuff on the theater, seeing posters, and just the whole theater experiences, which, that's something I've always loved, is a theater experience. And it's really cool to be able to see the film on that.
It was a great experience. Everybody laughed at the right times. Everybody cheered at the right times. I had the idea of this movie called Oldest Posse with just like 5 or 6 old retired lawmen going after one last outlaw. We wrapped in about mid-April, I think we wrapped. I was invited to hold a seminar on bare bones Western filmmaking, how to make a Western where there's going to no money. So that's kind of what I do. So I was able to give an hour-long lecture. Don't get so much in director mode that you know everything. Default to the experts and let that wrangler tell you whether it's safe for that actor to do that full gallop across the meadow or not. A Saturday rolled around. We won our first awards for Oldest Posse. We won the Audience Choice Award, which was of course the greatest honor when the audience says, "Hey, this was the best film." Then we also won the Best of Fest feature Western.
Brett William Bowser, writer director.
Thank you very much. Craig Rainey and Sergio Cantu were both nominated as Best Actors, and Craig Rainey took it home.
Best actor in the feature is Craig Rainey.
And then we also won best movie poster.
In late October, the cast and crew of the Oldest Posse went back to where it all began, Tucson, Arizona. The opening of the film was shot just outside Tucson at the Mescal Movie Studio, and now they're back for the Wild Bunch Film Festival. And just up the road in Mesa, Arizona, the Mesa International Film Festival, all in one weekend.
Being my first film festivals, I didn't really go in with any expectations. I knew it was Western themed, and so being a country gal, I was very excited to travel and to see the film on the big screen that we all work so hard on, as well as to be able to spend time with the cast and crew, especially those that I hadn't met when filming.
Thursday night, we screened at the Wild Bunch, a great little Q&A session afterwards. And then we had to run up to Mesa, Arizona, which was just outside of Phoenix, for our second Arizona screening at the Mesa International Film Festival.
The Mesa was the one, like, they didn't have it loaded onto the computer. They were kind of like streaming it from the website or something. It wasn't totally downloaded, so you had the play bar on there. It kind of takes away from the theater experience, you know, like, because other guys filmed the one where the lady's trapped in the house. That didn't have that play bar going down the bottom like ours did, you know. It's just it's a little bit like, hey man, how come his was all cool, but you didn't hook ours up the same way, you know?
There's several other filmmakers in attendance, and they had some great questions. They had great praise for the film. We were really excited and really honored by the questions that they asked and the comments that they made. It was a great experience.
I was just gonna say, I'm also a huge Western fan. It was really authentic. It was really great. Not only were you paying homage to, you know, the spaghetti westerns, but also like that incredible doorway sequence. Where we pick up Grant. Like, I mean, obviously searchers, right? I mean, that's kind of and then of course the way you come back to it. But was that something you found on the day? Because I think you actually really excel in the long takes. There's that really great shot where the marshal, you know, recruits Walker 2, and it's like the long walk and talk, which is, you know, was that something that you knew going on?
Yes and no.
The people that were in there were Western fans and filmmakers, so it's going to be a picky audience, and they, from my take, they loved it. They loved the film, and it was just real cool, the kind of questions they were asking. And not just the questions they were asking, the different things they were saying. It was like, man, these guys were watching this film.
You said too, the balance of comedy was really excellent because it never, you never sacrificed the drama for the comedy. It never ruined the scene. The comedy always came really natural. Yeah. The hustle scene with, I mean, that was perfection.
And analyzing it like deeply, like dang, but they enjoyed it. They all said they liked it.
I tell you, I'm a Western junkie. That was a good movie.
Thank you. And that means a lot because this was for the Western fans.
When I read the script for The Oldest Posse, I knew it was going to be something special. And so the audience's reactions didn't surprise me. I knew that they'd fall in love with it, but to hear it, them laughing at the comedic timing, for them to be dead silent at the end, that was just amazing. I'm so proud of Brett and everyone on this film, especially having those Western buffs that love the spaghetti westerns to applaud Brett and everyone on their hard work was an incredible experience. The audience's reactions to the film in both Mesa and in Tucson was the highlight, absolutely the highlight of this experience.
Other filmmakers, they're the toughest critics. And hearing this, I love you. And I tell you hear another filmmaker say that? Because it's like a bunch of women in the kitchen. Sorry, I'm going to be that way. That's too much salt, too much this, and I'm telling you, you come to this jury and this audience, and they give you any accolades. I'll never forget this. I'll never will. Thank you. Nice.
My parents opened their doors to us and hosted a little bit of a cast party. Everybody that came out there. We had of course the Oldest Posse cake, and my parents whipped up a lot of food for everybody. We got to chill out and just have a great conversation with my parents and their friends who were some of the extras in the films, and just had a great time.
Great, you got to meet the people that were some of the extras in the movie. They were super excited. They were like way excited about the film, like, oh, you know, and it was just like, it was great to see their enthusiasm. just to celebrate with Brett's dad and his mom and just have a great time out there at their house. And then we kind of went out and did little sightseeing and shopping around.
Sunday morning, it was back to Mesa, Arizona for our for the awards brunch, which we won nothing at.
Brunch, the food was spot on. The food was delicious. There were people there, and he had a stack of awards. And he goes, oh, no, they're not here. Oh, they're not here. And I was like, I can understand why you can't make it to an award all the time. You know, it might be hard, but as many people, I think maybe there was I'm going to just say 20 awards. And probably 5 people were there to grab those awards. And it's just like, dude, if you put your film in a movie, or put your film in an award show, try to go to the award show. Try to get somebody to represent for you to at least pick it up. These guys went through a lot of stuff. They did have a really nice spread and they had nice awards, but no one was there to pick them up. It's like, I get it. I mean, you know, maybe you're not there, you just submitted it. But if you can go, get somebody to go. Like, you got to have a friend near that town. Be like, hey man, go get this free breakfast and get if I get an award, get it for me. You know, something so somebody to go represent your film.
Then it was back to Tucson that night to pick up the Best Drama Western Feature at the Wild Bunch Film Festival.
For being my first nomination, I felt very honored. My character Dunn is somewhat of a mystery character. She's not in it a whole lot, so I wasn't expecting a nomination. But for them to see something in my performance really gives me a sense of joy and inspiration to continue to explore Dunn, as we hopefully will do.
To wrap up their festival run, the Oldest Posse is off to Hico, Texas for their first public screening in Texas at the Billy the Kid Film Festival the first weekend in November.
I did know that Barry Corbin had been there the night before to present a film about a documentary about Billy the Kid. I thought, well, it'd be really cool if he was there at the award ceremony tonight. Maybe he'll be there. Maybe I can get a picture with him. That would be really cool. And drove up there the 3 hours, got there, checked in, got there just as a little bit into our Oldest Posse screening. Then Oldest Posse ended. Hico Film Festival had a great Q&A session. They asked some great questions. We had great audience participation there as well.
So did you actually do any casting, or did you just pull together your posse?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
A lot of main guys pretty much the posse had worked with before.
And then we had the award ceremony, and it was the first award that was presented. They brought Barry Corbin up. He was there. I got to meet him before ahead of time. Kiki, who plays Fire Cloud, had made his acquaintance before and introduced me, and got a couple pictures with him. And it was a great honor. I had actually just watched Lonesome Dove earlier that week. And, Barry Corbin's just been basically every movie in the 80s that I love and adore. So it was a great honor to be able to just meet him. And then they brought him up for the first award and introduced the Best Western Feature Award, which was being renamed the Barry Corbin Award. So it was his award and will forever now be known as the Barry Corbin Award. And he presented the award, and we were all sitting up in the front row. It was Craig, Kiki, and me. And they made the announcement.
The Oldest Posse. Directed by Brett Corey and also Brett. Where's Brett?
I was floored. I was so incredibly honored. Stepped right up, and there I was, shook Barry Corbin's hand. He gave me the award, and it was truly an honor. Will we continue to go to film festivals? I think we'll be doing what you should be doing, and that is looking at the movie that you have and finding the types of festivals that will appreciate that type of film and apply to those.
I think they should definitely get out there, do film festivals if you can get in them. Like Brett was saying, gear your film towards ones that are geared towards your film, to the genre of your movie. And just try to get out there and definitely try to make it to the festival.